Alright, what's going on everybody? Thank you for joining me here again today. We're going to be taking a look at how to make a little dice rolling simulation. So a good way for us to look at how to play with maths libraries, random number generating libraries, just a fun little project for us to do. Super quick, super easy. Let's jump into it. We're just going to be using standard Python libraries today, so nothing too crazy there. First thing we're going to do, let's look at just how we generate any random number within Python. So we'll import random, the library, we'll define our main function. Within our main function, we're going to have a number, and that number is going to be created from random, and then we'll print our number. We'll run main, and let's try this out. Python main.py, and we have a random number. Now it is a very small random number, and that's because when we look at random numbers with Python, in this particular method, you're going to get a number between 0 and 1. So if we wanted to have this as a number, like when we're talking about dice, we're talking about 1 to 6. So let's just go for whole numbers, right? So why don't we take number, and we're going to turn it into a full number. So we'll go, or a number larger than 1, right? So we'll go num times 10, and so num equals num times 10, and then we'll print again. What does that give us? All right, now we have a whole number, but it's got 1,000,000 decimal points. Not really, but it's got several decimal points, and that's not dicey. So let's keep that as like whole numbers, right? So we'll go import math. Take the standard math library, and then we're going to take our whole number, so we'll go 8.376, we're going to go num equals, and we're going to go math.floor num, and that's just going to round it down for us. Save that, run it again, and boom, now we've got 8. But 8's cool and everything, but it doesn't give us a number between 1 and 6 like a standard dice. So how do we restrict this? And I thought about a few different logical ways for us to approach this. And the easiest to me seemed to be that if we got a number and it was bigger than 6, we just generate another random number. I mean, it's going to happen so quickly behind the scenes, you'll never know. You'll just see the right number. And then I was like, but like, is that really the best way of doing it? And it turns out, no. No would be the answer. There's an actually really, really easy way. We don't need to round numbers. We don't need to multiply things by 10. Num equals, random dot, and within the random library there is randint, random integer, and you can specify the start and stop for what you would like your integer to be between. So now we can clearly just specify we want a random number between 1 and 6. Let's save that, run it. We got 1. We got 1 again. We got 3. 6. We have our faux dice generator. We could probably build this out, give it a UI and say, if we had 6 images of dice face, we could pop up whichever dice face we got with a UI. We could look at, we generate 6 different numbers and we slowly let the dice roll between those two things and then land on something. There's a few different ways we can tackle this, but I just wanted to put together a nice short video for us this week. Something nice and easy that sort of demonstrated how you can tackle these problems with the math library, with the random library, and also that, when you're trying to solve a problem, even if you think you've got a way to approach it, maybe have a dig around, because I did not even know that this function existed within the random library, and it literally did exactly what I wanted it to do, and that was pretty cool. So look, that's it for me today. I hope you found this helpful. If you have, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you want to, hit the little bell icon if you want to stay up to date with what's happening at Digital Renovations. And until next time, have a good one.